you before you were up and apologized again for having to leave so soon, and mentioned that Kate didn't sleep when I just best explained myself out of respect that I just didn't want to not and be like. So minutes later, the dude's like, "Well, you didn't tell me jack shit." So I'm like, some way, the dude in question would have definitely called me out, and he still did. The fact that I mentioned that Kate didn't sleep well because of the storm's conclusion, it makes her nervous, and you know this. I told you this. He got mad when he called her a pussy ass bitch. Get over it. The storm. If she dies, she dies. Get over it. And it was like, what the fuck? And about that, he already had said other things prior to that. So by the time he opened his mouth to say that, I was like, dude, I get it. You're lonely. But I didn't mean like my brain's like, I get it. You're retardedly alone. Chill the fuck out. But I didn't. I told him to like, do you really need to act like that? Given that Kate's probably older than you. I think he started being an ass when I got into the chat that I own, and invited his brother in, and he didn't get an invite. But when he got in, I said the words to his brother, "I got you a present. You're doing this shit again, piece of shit." Called me homosexual because I was giving his brother a Forest Scout mask for no charge. Called me a homosexual. Didn't say anything then, but his brother never made a point to tell this dude chill. Nothing. It took us snapping at the dude. He didn't. He got quiet. But I realized he'd make a good specimen in our little wasteland fuck ups. I don't know what we're gonna name the journal yet, so I might just call it different things. I'm making the videos a little bit more of a journal style, and I think he goes into. We'll give it a species classification soon of what this guy will be representing as a creature of the wasteland. But he basically got mad at me for giving his brother a free mask that he had no right to get mad about. And I'm giving it to him for free. The dude gets mad at me. Brother makes no point in asking him to chill. He said he kind of started to, but the dude escalated. I don't know what his deal was. I mean, again, his brother works nights. They're on an Xbox chat, or were. I invited him just long enough to give him the mask. And the dude comes in all pissed off. Not like y'all were doing anything. And it just baffled me how rude and hostile he was. As you were in there, I was trying to be nice and even help make the light conversation so don't talk them to death. And I was met with a hostile barrier by this dude many times. And he even ended the conversation again with calling us homosexual once again. And right when I left, I got a message from him. When I left to go do the thing I was going to do, that was eventually going to block them anyways. I just calmly left without bothering because, again, he hears me speak and he gets mad. So I got a message from him, and he says, "This is why we have a terrorist prevention organization and a racial eviction groups for people like you." But he said if we ever come near his brother again, he'll kill us. And given that, again, it was my chat that he took over, I didn't even bother to question that. Like, what he gonna do? Because again, he pushed me as host. Shortly after I mentioned that it was my chat, and I calmly mentioned, "You do know you're not the host of the chat, and I request, for the sake of I want to have a good day with everyone, please calm down while you're in my chat." I wasn't like, "Dude, shut the fuck up." I was very calm about it, because again, I'm not here to start problems, and if someone thinks I'm trying to start problems and they're willing to talk about it, I'm willing to fix it, because again, I'm not here to cause any problems in the game on purpose. But I don't know what was his problem though. it really got on my nerves. Kate has a little bit of trauma because of storms and other things as well. That's why we don't go on cruises, or we don't do a whole lot of family things anyways. That's another reason why we don't, because I don't want to get away from home. It's a lot less, I guess, traumatic. I mean, we wouldn't call it really traumatic. She just has a panic attack. I mean, it's not really traumatic, anything that's happened that I know of, but it's a lot less of that when she's here and not away from home. When she's in our arms and at home, it's completely different. But did he have to be? Literally, we were like, there's no reason to be like that. But he tried to justify what he said by saying, what? We're all going to die someday, just accept it. How does that justify the fact that you just insulted her for being afraid of a storm? For as far as we know, because I don't, again, she's adopted. I don't know why she was panicking. I know she does. What does that warrant him to do that and then just try to justify it by saying we're all going to die someday? That may be the truth, but you don't have to be, again, vocally hostile about it.
You don't have to be.
I don't know what people's problems is.
You don't have to be.
But I think we're going to get that a species name with itself. That species name will be given to all hostile players we meet. That'll likely be that way in some way. Soviet would fall into this, Bio falls into it. Alor and Eric will fall into this species category. They're just people that I think are, because they're cooped up in their houses and don't feel like being friendly to people, they get on a video game anyway. And that's why I kind of mentioned other people. If you're in a bad mood, as calmly as I can, and with all due respect, I would really request you don't get on a video game if you're in a bad mood for those reasons. That you start saying and doing things that you don't normally do because you're in a bad mood, and then all of a sudden people that you call friends don't want to be around you no more because you said or did something that they didn't